I've been expecting you. I'm glad you can make it. The topic tonight are birds. Birds that can talk. You know, parrots are fascinating creatures. But contrary to popular belief, parrots cannot talk. But what they can do is mimic sounds. They can repeat the voices and phrases of people. But they're not supposed to be able to answer a question or construct a sentence. They're not supposed to cause malice and say unkind things about you behind your back. So I thought, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm going to share a story with you that you might have trouble believing. Where do I start? Well, we have to start with my mother-in-law. You see, she and I did not get along. I knew that she despised me. So when she passed away years ago, let's just say I didn't mourn as much as everyone else did. So shortly after her death, we started moving items out of her house. And there was this bird cage, big bird cage that had a parrot in it. And her son asked me if I wanted the bird. And I said, sure. I thought it would be, nice for the kids. And then I said, does the bird talk? And he says, Lem, I've never heard that bird say a word. But my mother-in-law, claimed that she and the bird talked constantly. So I get the bird home, and on day one, I try to get the bird to talk. I'm saying, Polly wants a cracker, and I'm, having these high-pitched sounds, hoping that the bird would mimic the sounds. But it didn't, it just stared at me. So I gave up because I figured the bird couldn't talk or it just didn't want to. But one day my son, he was about 10 or 12 at the time, he comes running up to me and says, Daddy, the bird is talking. I said, well, what did it say? He says, let's play cards, Polly wants a cracker, and your father is a nut. And I thought maybe the bird picked it up from my wife, maybe she said it jokingly. But I was upstairs one day, and my wife came up there and told me, she said that she went downstairs one morning and the bird greeted her by saying, wow, you sure look beautiful, but your husband is a damn fool. And she laughed because she thought that I had taught the bird to say that, but I didn't. So I go downstairs and try to get the bird to talk to me, and it just stared at me with this menacing look. So I told my son, I said, when this bird starts talking again, I want you to write down word for word what it says and get back to me. So the next day he comes and hands me this list of phrases. And the bird says, let's play cards. Your father is a fool. Your father is a damn fool. Someone should spit in Lem's face. Now, that's the first time he started using my name. Lem is a loser, and on. Then he ends it with Polly wants a cracker. Now I'm a little concerned. And I'm thinking, where's he picking up this stuff? And then it dawns on me that that's how my mother-in-law used to talk about me when I wasn't around. This is what I heard. And, but as the weeks go on, this bird gets more and more talkative. But he's always talking about me, put-downs, insults, but never to my face, always behind my back, like my mother-in-law. So my son, to this day, he vouched for this, that he asked the bird when he was a kid, why do you talk about daddy like that? And the bird replied, because I don't like your father. He swears to this day. So one day when they were out, the kids were playing with the neighbors, and my wife was shopping, and I was home alone with the bird. So I go up to the cage, and he's sitting on this kind of like a perch type of thing that's installed in the cage, and so he's eye to eye level with me. And I said, I don't know what your issue is with me, and I don't know whether you're going to understand what I'm about to tell you, but these insults, they have to stop now. Whatever other mess you want to talk, be my guest, but you leave my name out of it. Because if you don't, I'm going to put a cat in your cage. Yeah, there's a little alley cat that I give milk to every night. He waits there by the door, and guess what? He talks too. And he said he would like to meet you, maybe spend a night with you. You get it? Next time I hear about my name coming out of your filthy mouth, I'm gonna put a cat in your cage. And you know what they say about those alley cats? They're not too friendly. Now you would think that the bird would shut up, but he continued on. He doubled up on the insults. It got ridiculous. It all came to a head one night. I gave a party and I invited a lot of friends and guests. And I ran out of ice. So I went across the street to borrow some ice. And my wife told me that soon as I walked out that door, that bird talked about me like I was a dog. Said I was a loser, someone should spit in Lem's face. Lem has a lousy job, he's that. And when I walk in the door, the bird shut up, didn't say a word. And everybody in that party just fell out laughing. They were on the ground, rolling, laughing at me. And some guy come up to me, Lem, how did you train your bird to do that? I wanted to punch him. You know, why would I train my bird to put me down like that? And I said, because it isn't as hard as you think. Something of that nature. But when the last guest left and my wife went upstairs to go to bed, I went back to the cage. Didn't I tell you what I was gonna do if these insults continue? Okay, Big Mouth, it's time to meet your new roommate. So I went and got the cat, and I opened up the cage, and I was ready to throw the cat in there. Then my wife from upstairs says, Lem, stop. It's just a bird. It's just a bird. He's only mimicking what my mother used to say about you. Yes, your mother, not mine. And this is not just a bird. I came home one day and finally the bird was gone. What my wife did with him, I don't know and don't care. And I tried to get rid of the bird many times before that, but my wife refused because she knew something that I knew, that somehow, some unexplainable way, that bird was my mother-in-law.